with coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 News.
Well, happy Thursday. Good morning, everybody. Wishing you all a nice and safe New Year's Eve. Thank you so much for waking up at TV5. I'm Blake Keller. Colette is off today. We are so glad you could be here this morning. Also joining me, meteorologist Chris Eastlick in the First Warren 5 Weather Center. Totally different day today, but more could be on the way.
Yeah, it's a very short break. It's weird because 2020, for the kind of year it's been, is going out on a very quiet note.
Yeah.
But then 2021 tomorrow gets off to a really fast start. So
I'm nervous, Chris.
it's kind of weird, but we'll take a look at that coming up in just a bit. I want to focus on your Thursday morning commute. Everything looks great this morning as far as the wet weather is concerned. We're drying out. Just keep an eye out on side streets, back roads, and those types of places that are usually tricky after a snow. We did have temperatures fall back below freezing last night, so there will be some icy areas. And if you're in parking lots, sidewalks this morning, those areas could be a little slippery as well. But we broadened the view and we've got some clouds passing by. But overall, I think these will have a chance to break up from time to time today, giving us some peaks of sun here and there. And we've got temperatures that are a little bit above our usual overnight lows this morning. We've got 20s out there. We're usually in the teens at this point, but wind chills are at least feeling closer to average. Those in the upper teens in the Tri-Cities region and also extending into parts of the Thumb. Low teens in Clare and Gladwin at about 13. Sustained winds starting to drop a little bit. They're mainly 5 to 10. A few spots in the Thumb and along the lakeshore a bit higher than that. Those winds should lighten up a little bit more before the morning is over, and we should be around the low 30s later this afternoon with a very minor wind chill. Today, again, a nice break, but things get more active tomorrow. We'll take a look at that coming up. Right now, your live on-time traffic map, not looking too bad. Just one accident in Genesee County. That's at Ann Arbor Street and M21 5th Street. So if that's part of your morning drive, be sure to be aware of that in that area.
I believe if we do it correctly, we will be there by the early fall.
New guidance on when Americans can expect some return to normalcy from the pandemic. Dr. Anthony Fauci offering those hopeful words as a more infectious variant of COVID-19 has landed in the U.S. That variant is known to spread quicker, though it has not shown to be any more severe than the coronavirus that sparked this global pandemic 1 year ago. The mutated version first showed up in the UK and is now in Colorado and in California. In an interview with the governor of California, Fauci says he sees a path back to normalcy.
I believe that if we do the kind of vaccines through April, May, June, July, that by the time we get to the early fall, we will have enough good herd immunity to be able to really get back to some strong semblance of normality. Schools, theaters, sports events, restaurants.
Fauci has said herd immunity against coronavirus may be achieved if 70 to 85% of the population gets vaccinated. Meantime, Johns Hopkins University reported more than 3,700 Americans died from coronavirus yesterday. That is a one-day record. It now brings the total to 338,000 deaths since the pandemic began. Deborah Alfarone has the latest.
The new strain of COVID-19 has been found in a second state.
Identified in Colorado yesterday, has been identified here in the state of California.
Dr. Anthony Fauci told California Governor Gavin Newsom it wasn't surprising, given the variant's more contagious nature.
There's no indication at all that it increases the virulence. And by virulence, I mean the ability to make you sick or kill you.
But with California's ICUs already at a breaking point, officials say the usual precautions are still a must.
We need to continue to wear the face mask to protect ourselves, to protect others as well, and we need to do it better.
Health experts believe the current vaccines will be effective against the new strain, but federal officials acknowledge the vaccine rollout needs to improve.
Here's what I have confidence in. Every day, everybody gets better.
For the second day here on Capitol Hill, Senate Republicans blocked efforts to boost those stimulus payments from $600 to $2,000.
The Senate's not going to be bullied into rushing out more borrowed money into the hands of Democrat rich friends who don't need the help.
But it's been President Trump leading the demand, yesterday tweeting $2,000 ASAP.
For once, Democrats agree with something on President Trump's Twitter feed.
The Senate has until Friday at midnight to get the measure passed. On Sunday, a new Congress will be sworn in. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has linked the stimulus increase with two unrelated items President Trump also wants passed: an election security measure and stripping a social media liability shield, those both unpopular with Democratic lawmakers. In Bay County, the health department is asking residents not to contact the Department of Aging to register for vaccinations. That's for those 60 and older. It was responding to recent Facebook activity it says is inaccurate and not authorized by any agency in the county. In Detroit, the community's most beloved law enforcement officer has now been laid to rest. Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon's life was celebrated in a private ceremony at a church in Detroit. The 65-year-old's battle with COVID came to an end on December 17th, 3 weeks after being placed on a ventilator. Heavy hearts were comforted and with stories and memories, including a message from Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who mourned virtually.
And he saw the good, the possibility in situations others wrote off as lost causes. It's what made him a community leader. It's what made him a friend to us all. It's what improved the lives of so many he served.
Whitmer says her dad introduced her to Napoleon as she expressed gratitude for his support and friendship. Napoleon served his community for more than 4 decades.
Does it even feel real yet?
No, man, I didn't think I would ever get out of here.
After serving nearly 25 years for selling marijuana and owning guns, 69-year-old Michael Thompson is still coming to terms with his 40 to 60-year sentence being commuted by Governor Whitmer. It's a case TV5 covered in the 90s when Michael received his sentence. Retired Judge Judith Fullerton and ex-Genesee County Prosecutor Art Bush threw the book at him, stacking time with the habitual offender law.
This is a significant drug dealer, and that we're going to go after that drug dealer and see that he's punished.
Are you a drug dealer?
No, I'm not.
TV5 has been covering Thompson's case over the past year as Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton and Attorney General Dana Nessel joined his cause for clemency. While he waits for his release, Thompson is finally able to plan for the future. He wants to start a program called Standing in Defense Against Violence, advocating for prison reform, and he's looking forward to 3 things: tomatoes, fried fish, and family.
Miss my family. I'm talking to my little grandkids. They talking like they look grown. They talking like they grown, and I'm shocked how smart the young kids are today.
There's no word on a release date for Thompson just yet. We will update you when that is announced. Continuing coverage, Crime Stoppers is asking for your help in an unsolved homicide. 27-year-old Jaquavius Towns was shot to death in his vehicle on Middleton near West Court in Flint. It happened around 4:30 in the evening on Saturday, December 19th. There's a $2,500 reward for information leading to an arrest. Well, today is your last day to submit an application for the Futures for Frontliners program. It gives free higher education to frontline workers continuing to operate in this pandemic. Now, the state says since the program launched in September, 100,000 essential workers have applied and been accepted. You can find a link to the application in the hot link section of WNEM.com. Also, Walmart is temporarily closing its Midland store for a deep cleaning. While not saying the closure is COVID related, the company did reference a link to its COVID-19 response site. The store is expected to reopen Friday morning at 7. All right, TV5 News Time reaching 6:09. Governor Whitmer and state lawmakers go head to head again. Why she vetoed their effort to limit the health department's orders. And the Census Bureau missing a major deadline. What that means for state representation in Congress.